Nanaru Route 2, Lovesick Nanaru. It was a bit of a struggle to get to this point, but Nanaru is finally back to normal. And ever since, the family has been obsessed with this trip we are going on.
夕飯は宿で食べるとして、昼食はどうする？
お昼もそうだけど、なんか甘いもの食べたいな。あ、私も食べたい。
Focus on the meal before dessert, please.
いいじゃない、今ここで決めなくても。現地のお店をふらふらーっと見て回って、いい感じのお店に入れば。でもそれって結局どのお店にも入れないパターンじゃない？みんなで食べたいお店を一つずつ選んで、くじで決めない？いいね。じゃあ私、明日旅行雑誌買ってくる。あ、私も一緒に行っていいかな。他に欲しい本あるし。いいよ。お兄ちゃんも行こう。
Alright.
そういえばお前たち、宿題の方は大丈夫なのか？
Yeah, I'm just about done with mine.
私は数学と英語がちょっとずつ残ってる感じかな。そっか、偉いね。で、ナナルは？残念でした。私もあとちょっとで終わります。あらら、珍しい。毎年お兄ちゃん助けてって宗介に泣きついてたのに。ふふん、今年は鈴がいるからね。げへへ、鈴先生様。くだらない宿題のやつらなんぞ、その生かした頭脳で蹴散らしてくださいよ。
I think you're the insane one here, pal.
イかれてねえよ。まともだよ。ナナル、まともじゃない人はみんなそう言うんだよ。やめて、その哀れむような視線。
Our trip to summer commie with our friends wasn't long ago, but this family outing provides a different breed of excitement for us. Well, I'm not too concerned about it right now. I'm just glad Nanaru is back to her old self. She and I have been together for a lot longer than it seems. That distance she put between us was a lot harder to deal with than I would have imagined. Hopefully this trip can bring us closer together as a family. The days fly by and now it's time. The day of our family trip is here.
38.5 度。完全に風ね。
Well, that's it for the trip, I guess. Nanaru takes quick pained breaths as she lies in bed. Suzu and I stand behind Mom, who is crouched down by her bedside, taking her temperature.
ナナル、どこか痛いところはない？頭と関節と。今月アニメの DVD ボックス買ったからお財布が。
Wow, she sounds pretty fine to me.
頭痛い。ナナル、大丈夫？平気。寝てたら治るよ。
Is it just a cold?
多分ね。この子冬は元気なんだけど、夏は体調崩しやすいのよね。
Come to think of it, she did catch a cold last year too. She's always fit as a fiddle during winter. I don't know, maybe she has some kind of weakness to heat?
旅行、みんなそろそろ家出ないと。
What? We are not going anywhere with you stuck in bed sick.
でもみんな楽しみにしてたし。大丈夫。私のことは気にせず旅行行ってきて。何言ってるの？でもすぐあんなに旅行行きたがってたし。大丈夫。旅行はいつでも行けるもん。ごめん、すず。
She casts her eyes down in guilt. She knows Suzu was looking forward to this trip more than anyone.
お兄ちゃんも楽しみにしてたのに。ごめん。
Look, seriously, you're fine. Besides, you were saying you didn't want to go initially cause you weren't feeling great, right? Sorry, I should have realized. You just rest. and when you are feeling better, we'll plan another trip.
じゃあゆっくり寝てなさい。後でお薬の前にお腹に何か入れないとね。準備ができたら起こすから、それまでおとなしくね。分かった。
She answers finally, then shuts her eyes. Suzu.
分かってるよ。行こっか。
We quietly leave Nanaru's room. I'm the last one out, shutting the door behind me. The last sight I see is Nanaru lying in bed, her brows scrunched up in pain.
どうだ様子は。
Dad was waiting for us out in the hallway.
大丈夫。ただの風邪みたい。
そうか。不幸中の幸いというか。旅行先で熱が出なくてよかったな。
そうね。ゆっくり休むにしてもうちの方が安心できるだろうし。そうだ、薬の買い置き見つかった？
見つけたには見つけたが、一つしか残ってなかったぞ。
あちゃー、買ってこなきゃ。あ、私行ってくる。ありがとう。じゃあお願いしちゃおうかな。
他にスポーツドリンクとかあった方がいいだろう。俺も一緒に行こう。
ありがとう、お父さん。
Then I'll...
宗介はお母さんと一緒にお留守番？
Why? What am I gonna be able to do that you can't?
旅館に予約のキャンセルとかいろいろしなくちゃいけないの。だからその間、ナナルのことを見てあげて。
Then why not Suzu?
兄さんの方がいいと思う。
Huh? Her words strike me as odd, but before I can ask her to explain...
お父さん、早く行こう。
ああ。
Hey, wait! They leave before I can stop them.
じゃあ母さん旅館に電話してくるから、宗介、ナナルに薬と水を持って行ってあげて。
Sure. I had confused to the living room with Mom.
旅館の番号は確か予約表に。
I glance over at Mom on the phone as I head into the kitchen and pour a glass of water. I then grab the pack of medicine on the table and head up the stairs. I raise my hand for a second, thinking I should maybe knock, but eventually decide to just open the door. Nanaru. I whisper my little sister's name. If she doesn't reply, I'll leave and come back later.
兄ちゃん。
My sleeping sister's eyes slowly open. Were you awake?
なんだか眠れなくて。
Oh, I brought some medicine. Do you want it? She nods and slowly sits up. I take the medicine out of the pack and hand it over. Then, after making sure she's taken it, I hand her the water.
ニカ。
All good medicine is bitter. That's just how it works. Good to know your sense of taste is still working fine, though.
高熱出すと味わかんなくなっちゃうよね。
She smiles through the pain before sighing and crawling back under the covers. Right now she's nothing but a shadow of her usual chipper self. Well, it's not like having a sense of taste makes the pain go away, so is there anything you'd like? Maybe another glass of water or an ice pack? She stares at me for a while in thought, before finally averting her eyes and saying,
じゃあ、
What?
手握ってもらってもいい？
Sure. I timidly take hold of her hand. I can feel the heat of her fever through her skin.
ありがと
This all you want?
う。ねえお兄ちゃん、私が寝るまでこのままでもいい？
Sure, I'll hold your hand while you're asleep too. Anything you want.
トイレどうするの？ペットボトル族？
Just go to sleep, you dingus.
へい。
You got a lot of energy for a sick person, you know that?
起きる機会を逃したら子守へナナルの名が泣くってもんよ。
What pride's your name even got to begin with? I squat down on the floor and gently squeeze her hand. She's obviously not feeling too chipper because of her cold. She's barely even squeezing my hand back. But the look of anguish on her face has softened, so I assume this is helping her relax at least some.
風邪うつったらごめんね。
Don't worry about me, just focus on getting better. Dad and Suzu are out shopping. Do you have much of an appetite right now?
あんまりないかな。
Well, just get to sleep then. I'll be right here. I'll be right here. With that, she closes her eyes. Her breathing gradually softens and her grip on my hand relaxes. I watch her as she sleeps, making sure to not let go of her hand. She and I have held hands only a very small number of times. One of those was on the day we met. Then there was the time where she got lost. She may look a lot different nowadays, but when I look at her sleeping face, I see the exact same girl as back then. After a while, her facial expression begins to soften up, or the medicine must be taking effect. Alright. I'm a bit reluctant to leave her side, but I gently take my hand away. She's barely even holding on to it since she's fast asleep, so I'm able to do it without bothering her. Sweet dreams, Nanaru. No reply. She's sound asleep. After one last look at her, I leave the room. Phew! I breathe a small sigh and stretch my limbs. My bones pop and crack from having been in the same position for so long.
ナナルどう？
She's sleeping now. Are Dad and Suzu back yet?
まだよ。近くのドラッグストア、いつもの風邪薬が売り切れだったみたい。ちょっと遠くのお店に行ってくるって。
Oh. Given how remote this place is, that probably means a 1 hour plus car trip. It'll be a while before the two of them get back.
ごめんね、ソウスケ。少し話いい？
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
ここじゃあなんだ。表に出ようぜ。
Yeah, okay. So the living room it is.
チェーン、ノリ悪い。
Now isn't the time for jokes, Mom. She pouts as we make our way to the living room.
さあ、座って座って。
What's this all about? I take a seat at the table and she sits down opposite of me. This feels really serious now and it's making me nervous. Maybe it's the situation, or maybe it's something else.
ソウスケに聞きたいことがあるの。
Well, ask away.
ナナルっていい子でしょ？
Huh?
ふざけているように見えて、実は相手のことをよく考えて、人をすごく気遣うことができて、親バカ上等で言えば私の自慢の娘。もちろん、ソウスケも自慢の息子だけどね。
Okay. Yeah, I love her too. She's my little sister. I force a bit of an awkward smile, to which Mom cocks her head. What's with that look? That was a compliment.
でしょうね。だけどソウスケはナナルのこと、本当に妹だって思ってる？
What do you mean? I answer somewhat huffily, unable to keep up with the conversation. Of course she's my sister. That goes without saying. We've been together for so long. Sure, she might not be related to me by blood, but I still consider myself a brother. She's my darling little sister, and I love her as such. That doesn't change just cause Suzu's back. Us being related by blood doesn't make her any better or worse. Besides.
あ、なんか勘違いしてる。別にそっちを疑ってるわけじゃないって。
I went off a little angrily, but my mom just puts up a hand and giggles.
別に私はソウスケがナナルを大事にしてないなんて思ってないから。安心して。
Then what are you asking me?
ほら、ナナルとソウスケって結構似た者同士じゃない？二人とも誰に言われたわけでもないのに、ソウスケはお兄ちゃんなんだからお兄ちゃんらしくしないとって思っちゃってるし、ナナルはナナルで 自分は妹なんだから妹らしくしないとって一生懸命になったりして。
Is that what it looks like to you?
会った直後はね。でもちょっと前まではそういう気負いみたいなのいい感じで消えてたと思ったんだけど、最近それが復活しちゃったみたいだなーって。
I stare at Mom, lost for words. She always seemed like a pretty hands-off parent, but she was paying surprisingly close attention to us.
宗介は血のつながりはないけどって言ってたけど、こういう話知らない？兄弟は他人の始まりだって。だからね、そうやって自分らしくあろうとする二人が母さんは誇らしいから、今の二人を見てるとちょっと不安になっちゃうのよね。自分の気持ちを我慢しすぎてないかなってさ。
I'm not being untrue to myself.
そう、それならいいんだけど。
She shrugs her shoulders, then adjusts her position in her chair before staring at me cross-armed.
ナナルって本当はすごく怖がりなのよね。しかも思い込みが激しくて、こうじゃなきゃダメって思ったらそこから変わることを恐れるようになっちゃうから。なんて母さんは思ってるんだけど、宗介はどう思う？
Sorry, Mom, but I'm not seeing the point. What are you getting at?
宗介がナナルをどう思ってるのか、それが聞きたいの。言いたくないなら言わなくてもいいけど、考えてくれないかな、その意味と答えを。
Nanaru's face flashes across my mind. She's my little sister. But there's something I can't deny. Now that I have Suzu back, it does feel like my relationship with Nanaru has changed, or at least what I see her as. I don't want to say this to Mom, but perhaps somewhere deep inside, I was using Nanaru as a substitute for Suzu. With the loss of someone I love dearly, I needed someone else to fill that void. But even though the sister I first lost is back, I still love Nanaru as my sister. That's how I feel, but she's... All guys my age like to impress girls, and they think they have to act cool, but that's not really what I'm like with Nanaru. We have the same nerdy hobbies, and we can talk about anything with each other. She's the person I feel like I can most be myself around, and I'm sure it's the same for her. Of course, I'm fully aware of how attractive she is as a girl. But even if we are not related by blood, she's still my sister. I can't have romantic feelings for her.
ねえ、宗介。
My mom gently calls out to me as I am racking my brains.
ぶっちゃけ、ナナルでチンチン立つの？
Do you really think that's an appropriate question to ask, Mom?
わかりやすいかなって思って。
Well, look for another way.
じゃあ、選択肢出してあげるね。
Huh? Whoa! No erection, 40 degrees, 180 degrees, 360 degrees? How would that even be possible? Oh well, let's choose the silly option. You want me to give you the angle of my erection? Also, hold up, what the hell is that last choice? A dick can't rotate 360 degrees in the first place.
できないの？
You think it can?
エロゲ主人公はチンチンが本体みたいなものなんでしょ？当然1回転ぐらいできるんじゃないの？
Only a non-fan would hold that opinion.
だから宗介、あなたがどんな風にナナルを思っているとしても、私とお父さんはありのまま受け入れるつもりよ。だって私たちはあなたたちの親なんだもの。
How can you just switch back to serious mode like that? Is there something wrong with your head? She's Nanaru's mom, alright.
ただいま。
Suzu walks into the living room right in the midst of the storm.
はい、薬。他にもスポーツドリンクとかいろいろ買ってきたよ。ありがとう。あら、お父さんは？戻ってくる途中に会社から電話がかかってきて、急な問題が発生したからってそのまま。あらま ところで兄さんどうしたの？さっきからずっと頭を抱えてるけど。ね、ちょっと角度が。角度？
Ah, ah, ah!
メール。あら？
She starts to read the message, and as she does so, her expression grows grim.
ごめんね。ちょっとナナルのこと任せてもいい？
Is everything alright?
ちょっと仕事先の人から連絡があって、すぐに戻ってくるから。
Oh, right.
ごめんね。すぐ戻ってくるから。ごめん。もう一個頼んでいい？
What is it?
商店街に旅行代理店あるでしょ？あそこ行って今日行く予定だった旅館にキャンセル入れておいてくれない？
Huh? Didn't you talk to those guys on the phone?
入れようとしたんだけど、旅館の名前わからなくなっちゃって。手配してくれたのお父さんだし、予約表持ったまま会社行っちゃったみたいなの。お父さん、連絡つかないんですか？そうなの。ごめん、お願いね。
After that short exchange, Mom grabs her bag and dashes out of the house. I wish she just cancelled the trip instead of asking me those weird questions. But it's too late for that now.
もみじさん、大変そうだね。
Recalling our conversation causes a wave of embarrassment to flood over me. I avert my gaze from Suzu. Oh right, thanks for going out there and getting this stuff for us, Suzu.
全然平気だよ。途中までお父さんに車で送ってもらったもん。
Ah, okay.
いろいろ買ってきたよ。食べやすそうなものとか、スポーツドリンクとか。ナナルは何が好きかな？
She asks me that question while rummaging through the shopping bag. Then she pulls out a variety of sports drinks, porridge, yogurt, jello, medicine. That should be good enough.
ナナル、どうしてるの？
She took some medicine earlier, now she's sleeping. We'd better not bother her. She mutters with a nod before opening the fridge and putting the stuff away. I get ready to go out and do the errand for Mom when Suzu stops me.
ねえ、兄さん。
What's up?
兄さんって、ナナルのこと好きなの？
Huh? Her sudden question makes my heart stop for a second. Where'd that come from?
ごめんね。兄さんともみじさんの話聞いちゃったの。立ち聞きするつもりはなかったんだけど、つい。
How much did you hear? How much did you hear? I need to know this. This could be bad. Suzu's been working hard to develop a close, familial relationship with Mom, and some of those things could completely destroy her impression of her.
もみじさんが、兄さんがどんな風にナナルを思っているとしてもってところからかな。
Hell yeah! Phew, thank God she didn't hear the conversation about angles. Ah, right, about Nanaru. I really stopped being able to take that conversation seriously once the talk about erection angles came up. But I should take a moment to think things over. Supposing that I do like Nanaru. No, even if I don't. I can't lie to myself. I wanted to hold her hand back when she was flustered and bewildered at the beach cabana. I wanted to hold her hand when she was scared on that night out in the city. That wasn't out of a desire to protect her because she was my little sister. I think I wanted to protect her because she was a girl and I kinda liked her. I think I probably do like her.
それは
I think I like her as a girl.
断言しないの？
I used to have a crush on Maho, but it doesn't quite feel the same as that. Still, I care about her a whole lot, and the thought of her going out with another guy really gets me fuming.
そっか。じゃあそれはきっと恋だよ。
You do? Well, I mean, I don't even know if she likes me back. Mom apparently thinks she does, but she's also been avoiding me a lot as of late, so... Either way, it's not an issue that's gonna be sorted out now, not till Nanaru's feeling better, at least. Suzu hesitates over how to continue the conversation before eventually shutting the fridge.
ナナルはきっと兄さんのことずっと好きだったと思うよ。
Huh?
その気持ちが恋だって気づいたのは最近だと思うけど。
You sound really certain about this. Did Nanaru tell you? Suzu and Nanaru have only known each other for a few months. But I could hear a very clear and strong conviction in my little sister's words.
ナナルはそんなこと言わないよ。でも分かっちゃったんだもん。仕方ないよ。
Suzu,
私いつまでも兄さんの妹でいいんだよね。
do you even need to ask? You've been my little sister ever since you were born. There's no changing that.
ありがとう兄さん。
I'm confused, but I can sense relief in her smile.
私兄さんのこと大好きだから。だから頑張ってね。精一杯応援するから。
Suzu. She smiles and speaks with assertion to encourage me. Nothing could possibly be more reassuring than hearing that.
大丈夫。きっとうまくいくよ。
Thank you, Suzu.
気にしないで。私兄さんの妹だもん。妹が兄の恋を応援しないで誰が応援するの？
She says this with a smile as bright as the sun. I can't help but smile. She used to be such a scaredy cat and would always follow me everywhere. But she's really grown up. You're a wonderful sister, Suzu.
私いい妹かな。
For sure, the best a man could ever ask for.
世界一か。
Is there anyone you like, Suzu?
私はいないよ。だから大丈夫。
You sure? Well, I'll give you all the support in the world whenever you find that person.
ありがとう。
Of course, I'll have to thoroughly investigate this fella, put him to the test, see if he's worthy enough to have my little sister.
ふさわしくない男だったら？
Well, I'm sure he will be. I know you wouldn't fall for just any old schmuck.
じゃあふさわしい男の子だったらどうするの？
Take him captive and lecture him day in and day out on why you are so wonderful.
犯罪だよ。
He 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 he. The two of us burst into an awkward laughter. I like Nanaru. Now that I finally realized my feelings, this aching in my heart is finally starting to calm. I still don't know how Nanaru feels about me, but I'm just focused on her getting better at the moment. Alright, I'm gonna go cancel the thingy for Mom then. Be back in a bit.
気をつけてね。
Make sure you don't catch Nanaru's cold. If she caught it, you know it's gotta be a nasty bug. You know, since idiots are supposed to have cold immunity and all.
もうナナルが聞いたら怒るよ。
Haha, later then. I leave the house to my sisters and head out. So I gotta find the travel agent. I'm a bit nervous since I've never been to a travel agent before, but I don't want to be out too long while Nanaru's homesick. I think back to that expression on her face when she asked me to hold her hand. There was none of her usual energy, those flushed cheeks and teary eyes. To be honest, it was a little alluring. Hold up, where the hell are my thoughts going now? Morally speaking, having sexual thoughts about your sister is a no-no, but having sexual thoughts about someone who's sick and feeble? That's even worse. I may not be able to control how I feel, but I'm gonna make damn well sure Nanaru doesn't find out.